Alright, well, there's that blue tentacle thing I've been working on for a while. So when I initially sketch out some of these things, I'll have elements or drawing things that may or may not be a part of it, but I like to have them in the sketch beforehand so that I don't forget any detail thoughts I have while I start doing in the color blocking. Like the bubbles on the side, I thought I wanted those. I wanted to focus on just the tentacle, have that be a centerpiece without any clutter, so that you could really appreciate the blue. At least that's how I felt. Ever so often I like to step back and take a look at what I've done so far and kind of evaluate it before I go any further and really commit to any details. I wanted something a little simpler, so I just went with basically the first thing that popped in my head, and I wanted to do a piece in blue. Lately, if you've been following my Instagram, it may look like I've actually had a little bit of a blue period, but actually those pieces have been sitting around not being worked on for a while, and I just finally decided I wanted to clear everything out and get some pieces finished from a couple of years ago, and it actually been quite a while since my last blue piece, so I've had Lovecraft on the brain, so there you go. As far as the other pieces, I don't know if I've got video of that. I think it's just pictures. But this one here, actually started at least a year ago. I think a year and a half now. And there is a little bit of video of that on my YouTube channel. I do have one other piece that's about to be finished over here. I should remind myself to prepare a little bit better before I start recording, but again, it just doesn't seem to be in my nature. I'm gonna have to learn that as a new habit. This one, which so lovingly called the Doom Shroom by friends. Actually titled Birth of a Titan, but Doom Shroom is kind of stuck when referring to it. It's also from over a year ago. I've just now got my studio back, and for a long time I didn't have anywhere to work. I couldn't do these kinds of paintings. I made do in a corner of a room somewhere for a long time, and somehow managed to get a couple of airbrush pieces done through an elaborate trash bag rig. But those two are about to reach the point where I'm ready to put on a final varnish and call it a day. And once I get through all this backlog of work that has been haunting me for the past 2, sometimes 3 years in a few cases, I'll be able to focus on some new stuff and hopefully work a little more diligently. I'm someone who tries to multitask. Well, no, that's not right. I don't try to multitask. I start doing too many things at once, and I get turned around and my head falls off, and then I'm reminded that I can't multitask. So, yeah. But once all that's done, I can finally start working on a couple of things. Like this. It doesn't look like anything yet. I know. But it will. I promise. Eventually. And that is probably nearly done if I'm going to keep going with the sort of impressionist thing I was doing. It's like kind of a person with sort of anatomy, but not really. Honestly, some of these pieces have gotten to the point where I'm just so sick of looking at them that I just need to move on. Kind of frustrating and I feel bad, but you can't just stew on pieces for so long. You look at the same pieces over and over and over and they're not finished, and it starts to get you down, and there's just nothing new. Nothing new going into the tank. Just have the same thoughts over and over again. A finished frame piece and 2 other unfinished pieces. Both of those are airbrush, and that one there is acrylic. But I'm trying to decide what I want to do with all these. Those are more recent pieces. Mixed media, ink, paint, lacquer. All kinds of pencils and charcoals and markers. That one there is finally finished. And finished pieces that still need homes. Overall, the studio's at least usable now. It doesn't look pretty or anything, but it's usable. And that is a lot further along than I was last month. So that's me rambling on for a while. If you liked the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm on Instagram if you wanted to get updates more frequently. Become a patron if you love my stuff. It helps me out. I really appreciate each and every one of them. They'll be at the end of this video. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.